Hello everyone. How are you and your families? Hope you all are doing okay and are in the best of health. Just remember, you are nothing without good health. Firstly, let's welcome in the new month, June. Can you believe it? The year is half the way through already. Now, if today is your birthday, happy birthday to you. If it's in June, happy birthday when it comes. Just remember, big up all June born Gemini girls rock. No, we are still struggling to find out what have gone wrong with this teacher that is missing for over 2 weeks now, and they've been searching for her. She is a teacher from the St. Peter Claver Primary and Infant School off Waltham Park Road and St. Joseph Road. She is 29-year-old Danielle Anglin. The report is Miss Anglin, who lives in Hellshire, St. Catherine, who last seen was on her way to work around 5 a.m. on the Monday morning. On May the 13th, she was reportedly taking a taxi as she was running late. However, Miss Anglin's mother said after not hearing from her daughter the whole day, which is very unusual, as when she's leaving work she would call her mother to let her mother know that she's heading home. I can imagine how she feels because that's kind of like how me and my kids work. Once they reach work, they're going to say, Mom, I reach work, or if they're leaving work on their way home, they're going to message and say, we're on our way home or so on, or I stop here before I get home or something like that. But in her case, this is something that they have done all the time and it just never happened that day. The mother got worried and keep calling and texting, still no response. Mother of Miss Anglin, she just couldn't sleep. So the next morning she contacted the school, only to find out Miss Anglin never even turned up for work on Monday. Remember, she leave out 5 a.m. to go to work, and that means she never reached work. No, this is a mother's greatest nightmare. She said she panicked and felt weak immediately. Depression has taken over the mother, as she says her daughter never even had a boyfriend, so her imagination is running wild and her mother is pleading with anyone involved who is delaying her daughter from coming home. Please, she is begging them to let her come home alive. Now the crazy thing is, it's just been 3 months since they moved to this address on Sun Drive in Hellshire area of St. Catherine. But because of her job as a teacher, she have to really leave out early in the morning to get to work. And in these areas of St. Catherine, the only most reliable vehicle or mode of transport that is readily available is these taxis. Yes, because the fact that public transportation is so unreliable, the system need to change. So because of this fact, sometimes she have to take a taxi, and Lord only knows the kind of evil sits at the wheels of some of these taxis. It's horrifying. I'm telling you, when I heard that she has to be traveling to work from Hellshire, especially those wee hours of morning, I shake my head and said, this can't be good. If you drive, that's not too bad. But that area is a one-way in and one-way out, as far as I understand. On a whole, traveling to and from Portmore is a whole ordeal unto itself, especially if you do not have your own personal vehicle. And when you have to take the taxis, it's a risky situation. You just have to really thank God every time you travel with them safely, go and come. That's a God honest facts. But I can imagine as a young woman getting used to the area she just recently lived in and getting familiar with the area taxes. I can imagine it is a very daunting and a risky task, as no matter what, you will never really quite know them. The reality, over the years, these areas have seen so many kidnapping and people disappearing, assaulted, and raped. Many of them have not made the news. Yes, I know there will be naysayers to say it happened everywhere. Yes, trust me, we know this. But I'm talking about the reality of Portmore, Hellshire right now. And that does not make it any easier for the family who are suffering right now, worried out of their mind, and the friends, families, and well wishers. It's one of the easiest communities to be kidnapped in and disappearing without a trace. I have had personal experience with the place, and people very close to me have had real serious close calls. I won't get into that right now, but from what I know, it's a place I would never live ever, not even for free, honestly. I could tell you ghastly stories that would make your head spin, but that I will have to say in another upload. All I know is that I so feel it for this missing teacher family. You can never imagine what Miss Anglin and her family is going through right now. Well, I'm just going to say this for the naysayers. Many people live in Portmore and don't drive, and everything is okay for them. You understand? They maneuver and go through day to day and everything okay. Trust and believe. I've learned to say this can never happen because these things that are happening these days are coming so close to home and are knocking on our doors. We just have to always be cautious because you can never say when it is going to be your day. You just have to be really very vigilant and really very cautious and develop ways to be security conscious, especially when you're traveling, especially like certain hours of the morning or certain hours of the night and so on, because based on how the public transportation systems are, these taxis are the main mode of people really getting in and out. And we want to big up all the real good taxi man them, because there are good ones out there. But guess what? We can't be stupid not to understand that there are some really bad apples out there. So we have to err on the side of caution in how we travel with them. There is also allegation that she has a brother of questionable character and he is in lockup. Well, it could be a case of you can't catch Quacky, you catch him short. I do hope the police investigates all angles and don't get distracted by that, but focus on investigating both sides. Investigate the taxes and investigate the brother side of stuff, because chances are just coincident that our brother is all this and it could possibly be put out there as a distraction when really and truly the real culprit, which is the taxi that I taken her that morning, has something to do with her being missing. It might be some pervert psychopath or what. The thing about this, you never know. You have to investigate everything. All we know is that she still has not gone home to her family as yet. Just remember that these taxis are street smart and them know how to identify a person who is new to an area or a person who doesn't understand the routing. Just remember, man, some of them are demons, pervert, that take advantage of the fact that the inadequate transportation system in Portmore area is just that, unreliable. And because of that, they are able to take advantage of that and do wrongs. I know people that in a broad daylight, them just coming from the mall, in a daylight, just trying to get somewhere and so on, and they were lucky to escape without getting raped based on the circumstances, and they get robbed and assaulted, but it never reached to a situation where they jump them fence. So that may I try to tell you, say, it is very dangerous. You have to watch how you're traveling. So you can just imagine you have your job and you have to reach by 8 o'clock. You know what time you have to leave out of Portmore to reach to a job in Kingston? 8 o'clock. You have to leave out when cock crowing in the morning, still night out. And you know what is the wickedest thing about this? We still need a taxi system, because there's no good in the transport system, because without the taxis we would not have no productivity in the country, because apart from those who drive, the people who are really doing the crux of the work, them have to rely on public transportation to take them to work. As if they were to wait on the government transport system, they wouldn't have any work. Living across Portmore is one of the easiest ways for anything to happen to you in terms of kidnapping. Because check this, sometimes a vehicle will see a desperation at the bus stop and just drive up and shout your destination. They do have on any red plate, but in desperation and you need to get to work and you feel you don't have a choice, you end up taking it because you don't know when a public bus will be coming. In many cases, it's all okay, but you don't know which morning you're going to buck up on the one that is just the one that a demon is sitting at the steering wheel. When you really think about it, it's a danger people who live in Portmore face every day. And guess what? They have no choice but to take the risk. Sometimes when you pass those bus stops that go into Portmore, oh gosh, the crowd is like a stadium burst out, and people are there for hours in line that would have circle off a tree if they was send the line go around that much, and they are waiting for hours to get home. Likewise, coming to Kingston in the mornings, it's similar, but more time people risk it in the morning going to work because they want to reach work on time, but getting back home, some of them would try at least to wait on the government system, which forever fails them because it takes its own time in coming, and they're just there waiting indefinitely. If it come, it come. If it not come, them the little taxes them going to have to draw on. It's just not reliable at all. It's just really sad to say that you can't win, because when you think about it, these little taxis that run the roads are a blessing in many ways. You understand? But it's just like in everything, there is some bad apples. And the scary thing is to buck up on one of those in your journey, on one of these journeys. Now, Miss Anglin was following in the footsteps of her mother, who was also a teacher, and she has become a teacher herself to mold young minds and to contribute and make a difference in the lives of our nation's children. A dream now seemingly cut short. even though we so much want to keep hope and we want to say positive things in terms of she will come home one day. You understand? Still, we know in Jamaica, if you are missing after a few days, I don't even want to speak the words out of my mouth. What is possible, the outcome eventually. But we're really trying to stay positive. But it's just so sad. The Ministry of Education, the Jamaica Teachers Association, the Dancehall Fraternity, well-wishers, friends and family have all joined in the plea for information on the whereabouts of Danielle Anglin, and we are pleading her safe return. However, Miss Anglin is of dark complexion, slim built, about 5 feet 6 inches tall. Her brother, who is also a USA-based disc jockey, and bigger brother of Miss Anglin, he went emotional on IG. He prayed and begged for God to help his sister back home and beg anyone who has her to give her a chance to return safely to her family. However, it's alleged that since the ordeal, the family has upped and have left that area. I have people that is close to me that upon living across Portmore, within a matter of less than 2-3 months, a situation like this similarly happened to them. The good thing is that the person is still alive and escaped the whole ordeal, and they did just the same. They just pick up themselves and just left the area. So guys, let's keep Miss Anglin in our prayers. Pray strength for her family, because after a certain time, when someone is missing in this country, any card can play. But we want to be hopeful. Blessings everyone. Please be vigilant. Please be safe. Do not let your guard down, especially how Jamaica is running right now. Be very aware of your surrounding, and most of all, be very aware of who is around you. Remember, always telling you guys that watch everything, notice everything, pray everything. As long as it will keep you safe, do what you have to do. Don't just dismiss certain things and say, "Cho, you might be paranoid." Trust me, you see your gut never lied to you. Follow your gut feelings and do what you must in every way to keep you and your family safe. I will stay on top of this case, and any information becomes available, I will let you guys know. Anyway guys, please remember to like, comment and subscribe to my platform, please. Love you all. Bye for now.